The classical labour market model, what is the equilibrium wage and number of workers employed? So we're using the classical labour market model, so one key assumption is that markets will clear quickly and prices will adjust. And the other one is that firms will look to profit maximise, therefore they'll continue to hire more workers until the marginal productivity of labour equals the real wage, or until the value of marginal productivity of labour equals the nominal wage. I'm going to show you exactly why using this table. So if we can just continue to fill out the values, we'll start with marginal productivity of labour. This is how many workers are employed. This is the quantity of the product that is produced with one worker, with two worker. So this is the change from 0 to 1 worker. The change goes from 0 to 75. So therefore the marginal productivity of labour is 75. So it's the change. And we can't figure it out for the first one, because you can't have -1 workers. So for the second one, is 65. Next one is 50. Next one is 40. Next one is 30. Next one is 15. Alright, so the value of marginal productivity of labour. So imagine this, the firm has produced 75 of them, and then they sell them all on the market, and the price of each one is $5. So when you increase from 0 to 1 workers, you have an increase in 75 of the output quantity, but you times this by the price to get the value of that change. So you get 75 quantity, you times that by the price of it. So the value of the increase in product is here. So 75 times 5 is 375. So it's 65 times 5 is 325. 50 times 5 is 250. 40 times 5 is 200. 30 times 5 is 150. 15 times 5 is 75. Okay, so the price to have an additional worker is an increase of a nominal wage of $200. So that would be like your marginal cost. Each worker is an additional $200 of nominal wage. And the amount of revenue you can get from having that extra worker is shown here through this value of marginal productivity of labour. So to go from 3 to 4 workers, the value of marginal productivity of labour of having that extra worker is 200, while the nominal wage or the cost of having that worker is also 200. If they will continue to go from 4 to 5 workers, they will get $150 more revenue and have to pay costs of 200, so they'll actually lose profit by $50. So this is why they will hire 4 workers to result in a quantity of 230. Marginal value of marginal productivity of 200 is equal to nominal wage. So that's the first rule. But what is the real wage? One thing we haven't filled out yet. The real wage is the nominal wage divided by the price, because you've got to adjust for price, and that is 40. So just go through and put all of these in. Just wait a second. Oops, kind of missed. Okay, so the real wage relates to the marginal productivity of labour, because they are both price is taken out of the equation. So looking at the real wage and the marginal productivity of labour, once again they are equal at 4 workers. So therefore the rule is they will hire until the marginal productivity of labour is equal to the real wage. So the two rules is value marginal productivity of labour equals big W. I've used big W as nominal wage and a small w as real wage. So these are the two rules for profit maximising in terms of hiring workers. Okay, so now we can see why this is the rule. We can now continue on. So the labour supply equation is given here as NS equals 100 plus 4W. This can also be rewritten as 4W equals 100. Hold on. Equals NS minus 100. So 4W equals labour supply minus 100. This will be useful later. So step 2, labour demand. Well, we know that they'll continue to demand more labour until real wage equals marginal productivity of labour. We are given the marginal productivity of labour equation. Just typing it out. So, if labour demand until wage equals marginal productivity of labour, therefore we can rewrite it as real wage equals 1,000 minus 6 labour demand times labour demand, because these two are equal, so therefore the equation remains equal. This equation here can be written, can remain equal by timesing each variable in it by 4. So you can go 4W equals 4,000 minus 24 labour demand times labour demand. So then we can write, we put this equation, so here's the labour demand equation and the labour supply equation. Is here, so we've taken it from there and there, and the reason why we times it by 4 is so that these are now equal to each other. If 4W equals this, and 4W equals this, then this half of the equation must therefore be equal to this half of the equation. Now, what we are looking for is the equilibrium number of workers employed and the equilibrium wage. So looking at this graph on the right hand side, well, at this point, NS, whoops, that should not be there. Hold on one quick second. Obviously that's ND, and this is NS. So just ignore what I had before. So labour supply is equal to labour demand at this point here, which is actually also equal to N star, which is also equal, so the labour supply and labour demand is equal with N star, so at this point here. So therefore, if they are all equal, well then we can rewrite these two equations as 4W equals N star minus 100, and the other one is 4W, as we'll draw on the next line, equals 4,000 minus 24 N star. Now, because these are equal, that means this side of the equation, this side is equal to this side. Therefore, we can rewrite it as N star minus 100 equals 4,000 minus 24 N star. Because, yeah, this side of the equation is equal to this side. We can now solve for N star. So, we can put this on this side, which will be N star plus 24 N star is equal to 4,000 plus 100, or 4,100. Oops. So N star plus 24 N star equals 4,100. So we can rewrite that as 25 N star equals 4,100. We can then divide both sides by 25 to get N star. So 4,100 divided by 25 equals 164. So N star equals 164. We can now use this to find W star. So wage equals, we just find an equation that suits. So what do we have? We have N star. So we can use this equation here. So 4W equals 164 minus 100. So 4W equals 64. (64) divided by 4 equals 16. So wage will equal 16. So there's our answer. So up here on this graph, N star will be 164 and wage will be 16. Thanks for listening. I hope that all makes sense, and good luck.